right, good morning. Welcome to Tea Time Therapy or Anytime Therapy, even fun therapy. I like that even more. All right, I like to jump right into it. I love writing quotes that are inspirational and might be helpful, and now I like sharing them. Okay, here's one here. When you're holding pain and despair, there's always an issue in need of repair. Just close your eyes and journey within. Love yourself and let the healing begin. All right, that really makes a lot of sense because when you're holding on to pain, you're reviewing something that either happened or happened in the past. And it's a lot easier to go through it at a time where you're not blaming yourself or wishing things were different, because that just keeps you in that in the midst of that pain. And what you want to do is be able to let go of it. So what I do, I like to meditate, or at least if there's an issue involved, I will do an affirmation or something that counteracts that, so that I'm not holding on to it and I'm able to release that issue a whole lot quicker than just sitting in that pain. And it's very important too, because a lot of times your health depends on your attitude or how you treat yourself and your body, and reflects something back to you that you might be holding on to. So really, when you work with your body, you work with your mind, you work with your thoughts, it makes life so much easier. All right. Healing always takes place when you keep love at the core of your being, and if something is amiss, you need to confront that issue that is causing you pain, and then you use the love to release it so the pain will disappear. All right? Like I said, yes, emotions are involved when you're in pain or you're going through something, but the good news is that you don't have to hold on to it. It doesn't have to last for a long time, because there's always the flip side of the pain, okay? So I would encourage you to confront it, decide what's causing that issue, and then you're able to release it. I also love working with the issue box, because what I have is the issue box, and I'm going to ask what issue might need to be confronted today. And if it's not in your life at the moment, if it should come up for you, you'll have something to work with, because I do have affirmations also that will counteract any issue that might be going on in your life. So I'm going to ask the universe, God, what issue would be helpful for today? All right, responsibility. All right, responsibility, that's a good one, because when we take responsibility for our life, what happens is, let's see, we're more in control. If we're responsible for all our results, and then we can change it. So that really makes a difference too. All right, so I have an affirmation for responsibility. And we have to be real clear what's ours and what isn't too. We don't want to take on somebody else's responsibilities as our own, because then what happens is things get heavy, and then we really can't give 100% into what our responsibilities are. So I think that's important to remember too. All right, everything in my life is a reflection of my true thoughts. If I want change, I need to change in order to have different results. I take charge of my own life and allow others to find their own way. With God as my partner, I am guaranteed success in all areas of my life. All right, I do like that, because again, it's kind of exciting to know that you can create and you can take charge of anything in your life that you really would add to your happiness, which would add to the goodness of your life. And actually, it's, again, I always remind people, things aren't just happening to you. You know, you're in charge of your choices. You're in charge of whatever comes your way and how you react, because sometimes it's easy to react to something in a way that isn't beneficial, you know, because we are set up to react to something happening. You know, at times I think we're programmed to actually react versus to step back. So rather than react, we step back. And then we look at the situation, and then we decide how we want to handle it so that our emotions aren't everywhere, you know, and they don't have to escalate to a point where we're stressed, okay? And there's no need to be stressed. We might be at the second, but we don't have to stay there. And I think that's important to know too. We don't have to stay in the spot that doesn't serve us. So I want to encourage you, take responsibility for your life. And that comes without blame, and that comes without condemnation. And when you take responsibility for your life in the way it is, you really can't blame anybody else. And boy, that makes it a whole lot easier to enjoy. So, all right, well, that's the theme for today. And we'll have more later. All right, have a blessed and wonderful life, because you're in charge. All right, more later.